It's our Monday night opener for the season. Both teams are set up, and off we go. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. And they send a man in motion. I'll start on the ground with Gibbs. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
This is Gibbs on 2nd down. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line. Give him 8 yards on the play. And that gives the Lions the first.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Again, it's Gibbs. And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
Out of the shotgun, Cobb. Connects on one to Jamison Williams. And he'll get this through the midfield stripe and starts pushing into Vikings territory. Goff now on 3rd down. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Takes this one back for the pick 6. So we start our game off with a touchdown, Brock, but not on the side of the scoreboard that we were expecting.
Yeah, first drive on defense, the goal is to get off the field, maybe even flip the field with field position, but to score points yourself, that's not something they honestly considered too much. That is until he started that return, baby, and they saw things lining up perfectly for it to happen.
Reichard there to tack on the extra point. And the Vikings take a 7-0 lead as he starts this year 1 for 1. A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Off the gut they go with Gibbs. And he gets absolutely pumped to end that one. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Running it with David Montgomery. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A couple yards on the run. It's 3rd and 6 now.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
And the Vikings add an extra defensive back for this third down. Now the Lions calling a timeout. They're first. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. They come to the line here. This is 3rd and 6. Shotgun snap here to Goff. And he let his man too much there, Brock. Incomplete. 4th down coming up.
So many coaches love third downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know, got to execute and convert on these third downs.
Fields this at the 19. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. That punt finishes as a 60-yard effort. And it's going to be Vikings football. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Now the shotgun give to Chandler. And he gets it forward to still about a yard out of that. Tackled by Jack Campbell. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. They'll go play action here. It's McCarthy. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 27 on the play. And it'll bring up a Minnesota 1st down. They give up the gut to Chandler. And with a nice gain, he runs him down inside of field goal range. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
They'll stick with Chandler. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. And that's going to give the Vikings the 1st down.
Hey, Kate, you want to see a picture in the football dictionary of staying on schedule? That was it.
Ball at the 33 for 1st down. On play action now, McCarthy. Bails out of the pocket quick. And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. So we're down to 3 quarters remaining in our opening weekend of football. Neither side separating much so far. We're back to Ford Field right after this. We're ready now for the 2nd quarter to begin. Vikings in control of it. They have 2nd and pretty long here. They're on him again, and he goes down again. And the back-to-back sacks. Nice work by the defense there. Sets him up with a 3rd down.
Kate, I can think of an older football video game title where 30 yards to go was the default and easily attainable by an offense. Well, this is not that title. And this is borderline impossible. In fact, I can hear a coordinator saying in the ear to the QB, hey, this call, it's on you. Good luck.
3rd and long for him here. He puts some air under a deep throw to the left. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete. Well, no look on his first look look of the game. And now they're staring at 4th and long. Punt team is on now, and they get this away. Starts his return from the 23. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. 45 yards on the punt there. And the Lions will go on offense. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Straight ahead with Gibbs. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Harrison Smith in on the stop. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4. Another one for Gibbs. Give him 3 yards, and they're just inches away on 3rd down.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to 1st down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on the 3rd and short.
Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. From the gun, Goff. And this is going to be incomplete. Great looking catch, but he lost track of that sideline and went out of bounds. We've got 4th down.
I think in a situation like that, 3rd and inches, defense is certainly thinking stop the run first. But that's well done defensively. Not a problem for them to adapt and get into the right coverage and now force a critical 4th down.
And he's hit before he can get anything on that return. So no return on that punt. And they're going to take over possession. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Trying down the middle with Chandler. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Now a give. It's Chandler headed left. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Here's McCarthy, 1st and 10. And the 1st down pass set away by a defender, incomplete.
That is so hard to do. It's called body control. Great positioning to swat the ball away, not go through the receiver, no penalty flag. He's got the body control and, more importantly, the timing to knock that ball away.
McCarthy trying again on 2nd down. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Brian Branch has it. And the Lions will take over as he records his 1st interception of our season.
Going down the middle, as you can see, you're giving them a real chance at making that pick. Might be a case of trying to force one where he shouldn't have. And you're sure hoping as a quarterback you learn your lesson on that one.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Off play action, Goff. Defense is there, and he's going down. For the moment, we've got a sack. We do, though, have a flag to sort out first before we can lock that in. Well, that play went for negative yards anyway, so no need for them to accept that penalty. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. This defensive battle has reached the 2-minute warning. It's the Lions in a very tough spot on 2nd and long. Another try following the sack. He throws a bullet down the left sideline. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, 3rd down coming up. No luck finding his receiver that time. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
2 for 1, 2 for 1. Two up.
Here's Gong. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. The Vikings call a timeout. It'll be their first, as they'll get together and discuss with 4th down coming up.
That sure ended up being worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
The Lions readying for the punt. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And there was nobody down there to get it. Punt hit at the 7, but continues on into the end zone for a touchback. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They'll try it left with Chandler. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
You know, it's great flying through the air, Brock, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. 3rd down coming up. For Madison, the intended target. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Has the connection to Hawkinson. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47.
Every tight end worth his salt wanted this. Really craved man-to-man coverage. The best of them, give me man-to-man coverage, and I'm going to beat you. I was around Dallas Clark and Indy, one of the best. You play man-to-man, he's going to find a way to out-leverage you, separate from you, and make a play just as that tight end did. Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was 1st down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
Back to the air, McCarthy. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
Well, that's when you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Able to find Hawkinson. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. Now the Vikings use their 3rd and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. First and 10, here's McCarthy. He's on the move. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And it'll bring up a Minnesota 1st down. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. Locates Jefferson along the sideline, complete. And he gets this down inside the red zone before going out. 2nd and 6 coming up here. McCarthy to throw it. Buys time, rolling right. Oh, look at this, here he goes.
You know, that's exactly how a defense should adapt as the play progresses. They blanketed everybody in coverage, but still kept all eyes on the quarterback to keep him from breaking containment. He got out for no gain, but that feels like a sack for those defenders.
And this one falls incomplete, so we're down to 4 seconds, and we'd assume our final snap.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Smith able to put it through. And special teams convert to get them a little something out of that possession.
You always feel like you leave a few points on the field when you kick it from here. But they don't wind up empty-handed on the drive. And the kicker, he gets to pad his stats a little bit with a high percentage make.
Returning it from the 4. Returns looking good so far. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. That brings us to halftime. We'll get a break as our teams make their adjustments and then return with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a little bit. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Eward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. We'll see what the first half adjustments of the season are as they're teed up, and away we go in our second half. Ty Chandler to return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They're going play action. Tries to lob that one up, and it's intercepted. Jack Campbell with the INT. And he's going to go. It's a pick 6. You get a pick 6. You get a pick 6. These defenses, Brock, wow, they have competed. Seeing who ends up with the best highlight of the game, huh?
A highlight? You're going to call a pick 6 and multiple? Highlight, Kate?
No, even if it's your defense doing it, come on, B-Rob.
No highlight for a quarterback.
That one right down the middle. And the Lions cut it to a field goal game. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. They'll bring it out from the middle of the end zone. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Escapes the pocket. Now here he goes. And the nice pickup ends beyond the 35 as he goes out. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
Oh, that just sucks the wind out of a defense. So demoralizing. So many guys do things the right way, only to see a quarterback evade the pressure and go get that first down anyway.
First down, ball at the 36. Now a give to Chandler. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
That's a pretty good stop on first down. This defense now gets a chance to dictate. And that's what all the great defenses want to do, Kate. They want to dictate it on their terms and not just be reacting to what the offense is always doing.
From the 38. Hutchinson reels it in. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down. This is Chandler, and he works his way for a gain of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
From the 40 on 2nd down. Catch is made down the right sideline. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains. They'll run now with Chandler. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field. Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. Here's McCarthy to throw. He lets a heater go deep. And oh, he got it! Interception! Kirby Joseph picks it. And the Lions will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
They're out and set, 1st and 10. They've got a man in motion. On 1st down, it's Gibbs. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get games like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
Second and 6 coming up here.
Value 3, value.
Now gone. Floats that one, but they couldn't connect. Looking for Sam Laporta with that one. So that brings them to 3rd down.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Goff on 3rd. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Brings up 4th down.
On now comes their punter. And he's been one of the players of this game. Getting about 50 yards of boots so far, and here's another quality effort. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The kicking team got downfield quickly there. He didn't manage much on the return. And they'll get ready to go on offense. So good field position to start with for the Vikings this drive. 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Chandler, who swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Brought down by the veteran Carlton Davis. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9. McCarthy looking to throw. Dump off to his fullback. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
I got to be honest with you, Kate. That's an occasion where a drop would have been a whole lot better than a completion. Couldn't find the way back to the line, and it's a rare pass that actually loses yardage.
This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. McCarthy throwing here. Throw left side, brought in by Hopkinson. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much at training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, and you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Online, but not enough juice. It's no good short. And they are unable to double their lead.
Hey, listen, I know kickers are arguably better today than they've ever been in the history of football. But anything from 60-plus is still awfully ambitious. And that time, it didn't pan out.
And he gets some good yardage down to the 42. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3. Only 1 quarter. Second and 3 now. They'll run it. This is A.J. Dillon. Into the second level past the 30. And he's going to be taken down at the 28. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that'll be first down, Detroit.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
Coming right is Gibbs. And he'll get down to the 21-yard line before he's stopped. Good rip on first down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. They'll go right side with Gibbs. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. A 9-yard gain and good for a first down.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that third down call that they had ready, well, they can stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Again, it's Gibbs. And he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
2nd down now, 7 to go.
We'll go tonight. Shells. What's up?
It's a design boot. Oh no, the ball is loose! It's picked out by the Vikings, going the other way! And they stop him before he gets much on the return.
Put a check mark by that one. You're going to remember that one, not just over the course of this game, but I guarantee you in the offseason when they're watching effort. That was all about effort. Backs pressed against the wall when you're down here defensively. And that's the type of play that coaches love to see from everyone on the roster.
And this one doesn't go far. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. Looking to throw, McCarthy. Chased out to his right. Grabbed by Jordan Addison. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
It's a give to Chandler. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next. Now Chandler, and he's brought down for a loss. So a timeout comes in. Looks like the defense using its first stops this game as we get close to our 2-minute warning. 3rd and 4 coming up now. That one's out and cut on the right side. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down. We've reached the 2-minute warning in Detroit. Vikings holding on to a field goal lead. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Running is Chandler. And they bring him down around the 34. Now just 4 seconds after our 2-minute warning, we've got another pause. Timeout taken by the defense.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
Now the shotgun give to Chandler. Breaks through, and he might break away. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that's going to give the Vikings the first down. Here's a give, fullback headed up the gut. And he runs into a wall there. Multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line.
This is why it's so important not to overcommit to the team's lead runner. It went to a secondary ball carrier, and they cut him down for a big red zone stop.
Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Wow, they're going to pass it here. Forced out to his right. This throw is cut. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. He'll throw it. And they got there in time. He's taken down. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
I know we talk about rhythm a lot when it comes to music, but it's the same thing with the quarterback and his protection. This QB was in rhythm, but they knocked the notes out of him on that one.
So the Vikings pick up the win on the road. And this isn't just any 1-0 start for them.